sort of see you again. I missed last week. There was too much work happening, and I feel like I haven't been back in a month. But we are here live, Instagram, Facebook, Belly Dance with Meleah. Yay! Wednesdays at 7. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. If you're here, go ahead and check in and let me know who's here and who's watching, and we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. I'm just going to check my connection. Give me a second here. Make sure I am live on my end as well. And if you could let me know if you can hear all right, if the picture is clear. A couple weeks ago we had some major technical problems, but I think we're going to be okay tonight. So just make sure you can see everything and hear everything. All right? So let's see if I've got... Where are we? Okay, here we go. Hang on, I just turned myself on my own channel. All right, there we go. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to start music. We're going to dance. Tonight we are playing with figure eights. We're going to do horizontal forward and reverse figure eights and do some variations with different techniques of the stomach and the hips, and then we'll do some little combinations and put them all together. All right, so let me check in and see. We've got Michelle, yay! Good deal. And Abby, hi, good. I'm glad you can hear and see, and everything's good. All right, let's see. We've got Facebook and Instagram. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start the music, and let's dance. It's Middle-Earth tonight. Frank Lazaro and Middle-Earth is our music. So let's start with up, inhale, and down, exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, out. In, out. One more. Good. Over and over and over and over. Long reach. Lengthen your torso and reach. That's it. Nice and long. Now lean your ribs side, side. Good. Feels nice to move. Get ourselves stretched out. Muscles warmed up. Way over, way over. Now hips. Push to the side. Same idea. Way over there. Good. Big circle now. Nice big circle. And reverse. Stretch it all out. All right, let's get a shimmy going. Straighten those legs. Shimmy, shimmy. All right, keep shimmying. I'm just going to check messages. All right. Oh, hi, Susan. Good. All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. All right. Shimmy, shimmy. Let's see how we're doing on Instagram. Yep. Okay, good. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. Slide hips. One more. Oh, feels good. All right, pull shoulders back. Nice big pulls. Get a little stiff here, working at the computer. Oh, loosen up your neck. Roll forward. Good, and reach down the leg. Way down there. All right, give it a little rest, and let's look at some of our figure eights, okay? Starting with vertical, horizontal, going back. Those are the easy ones. So you have basically 2 horizontal figure eights and 2 vertical figure eights. And we're gonna look at mostly the horizontal ones tonight. So those are the ones that are parallel with the floor, right? They move in a horizontal plane. The easiest one is to go back, right? So pick a hip, and you're gonna circle your hip to the back. So the hip starts over the front of your toes, circles all the way around to the back of your heels. From toes around to heels. So it's like you're drawing a complete circle all the way around your foot, starting in the front, ending up in the back. You get about to here on a diagonal, then take the next hip, go forward over the toes, and around to the back. So when you have a figure eight, it's important to make it really round and really full, right? So when you're going in reverse, which we're doing, to start that circle, the hip you're working with is going to start out in the front. It's got to start out here to make it a full circle. If you start out to the side, see how it's sort of a flat one, right? It doesn't have as much depth to it. But if you bring your hip around forward to back, you get a much better, more exciting figure eight. All right, so let's try that for a bit. So forward to back, forward to back, forward to back. Yeah, there we go. And your knees are softly bent. They're going to be moving front and back. Your thighs are going to be pushing your hips to the back. There we go. Now straighten out your knees a bit more. And as that happens, your stomach has to do more, because when your legs cannot pump, something else has to move the hip, right? So we're going to do 3 variations of this, three types of levels. So straight leg first. Turn your hip to the front. Now turn your other hip to the front. What muscles are we using? You feel it? We're right here in our abs, right? We're right here in our mid to low abs. Everybody feels that, hopefully? So let's twist, 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 twist. So you pull one hip back and you push one hip forward. It's mostly done all with your abdominals. So hip to the front, circle around back, front, back, front, back. Now we're doing this in a horizontal plane. So I want you to try to keep your legs straight, but not locked, all right? So not bent like I was going before. We're going to do it straight leg, and that makes the stomach do 90% of the work. Remember to bring your hip forward, rotate as far forward as you can to get all the way back. Once you get back here, you go back as far as you can, and that automatically puts the next hip forward. Also make sure that you're not doing this, right? The whole body in a figure eight. We only want the hips, okay? So as you go back with that hip, that same shoulder has to fight to stay, because it really wants to go. This is what your body really wants to do. Everybody wants to do the 8 together. So bring your arms to the side. Now just use your stomach muscle. Straighten your legs. Straighten as much as you can. They don't need to be locked. They just need to be straight. And you'll see the hip is, if you look at the line of the hip of your pants, it's making a horizontal line. It's on a horizontal plane. There's no up or down, right? There's no up, down. There will be in a minute when we do another variation. So just get going on this. There. Good. And if you have questions, just type them in. I'm looking, I can see my screen here. So if you have a question, at any time. Just type it in. On Instagram, I can't really see them. So Instagram, we just get to dance together. But on Facebook, I can see your comments, so you can type those in. All right, back we go. All right, so that's level 1, right? And it's not a difficulty level, it's just variations, all right? So variation 1 is horizontal straight leg. Now, dip down into a little demi-plie and push your hip back more with your leg. So now we're going to bend our knees more. Now do you see what happens when you bend the knees and you start take your hip and circle from front to back, from front to back? Because one leg straightens out a little bit, the hip is going to go higher. So we're going horizontal, going back, but we have a little tilt, right? Because we've bent our knees slightly. We have a little tilt to our hip. Yes, there you go. Good. All right, keep going. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Bend the knees, and your hip will tilt back. Yep, it's going to come up on one side. There we go. Good. All right, so straight leg again, just so you feel the difference. Now it's all abdominal. Stomach is doing all the work here. You have to pull, contract, inside, back, inside, back, inside, back. Yes. And now bend. And now we have a little more of a curve. This one's a bit easier, right? It's a bit simpler because you get to use your legs and your abs. They all work together as a team. So it makes it a little easier on the body. All right, so variation number 3 is just more of a tilt, more of a lift. So what we've done so far, our feet are completely flat. The heels are on the ground. So now what we're going to do is bend a little more. We're going to lift the heel, press down with the ball of the foot. The hip is going to come up and over and back. Up, over, and back. So your leg is going to do this. It's going to push your hip up and down. So every part of your body has a job to do. The leg's job is this. You're going to be in plie, and you're going to lift your heel, and it's going to come straight up. All right, and then the other side, straight up. Now, how do we get it to rotate and go back to the 8? That's the abs. All right, so the abdominal muscles that you use doing the first variation, you're going to still use, but you're going to elevate your hip. So take your hip forward with your stomach, elevate it, twist it, take it back, and put it down. And then take the next one, push straight up, rotate back, and put it down. Up, back, and down, up, back, and down, up, back, and down. So this is a figure 8 with a really big tilt. It's almost like this, right? Really big tilt of the hip. The knees are bent. Again, making sure that you hold your shoulders front and you don't rotate back with your shoulders as well. So just the hip. Also, make sure your hip is doing the 8, not your knee. I was teaching a Zoom class today, and we were getting into this, but the brain is saying draw an 8, which it should. So the leg wants to draw the 8, all right? So make sure you don't do this and try to circle with your knee. All your leg is doing is pushing up, right? So when I do this, watch my leg. You see there's not a whole lot going on, right? It's just up, and then my hip circles back, up, back. There is no out with the knee, right? None of this. And you just have to get right back into your hip. Make sure your legs are going straight up and down. So let's work that for a moment. Up and back, up and back, up and back, up and back, and back, up and back. Good. Nice. All right, I'm going to put on a little music, and let's try those 3 variations just on music. Maybe. Let's see if it's going to play. There we go. All right. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Variation 1. Straight leg. Straight leg. All belly. And back and back and back and back. Back and back, back. Twist, twist. Use your stomach. It's so good for your abs. Especially when you go a little quick like this. Super really good workout. You can feel it way in there. All right, bend the knees. Now we get more of a curve. It gets a little bigger. Feet are flat. Heels down. All the way flat. Put your feet down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, up a little slower. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Ball of the foot. Lifts. Push up with the leg and rotate your hip to the back. Few more. Alright, heels down. Flat foot, no, yeah, flat foot, bend your knees. You can go faster here. Now straight leg. So you feel all the differences, right? You're doing the same step, but it feels way different depending on what you do with your legs. We're doing a shimmy. Not tonight. But you can do all kinds of things to this knee. All kinds of things. All right. Let's move forward. So, those are our reverse 8's. 8's going to the back in the horizontal plane. All right? So, the other one we're going to play with is the 8's coming forward in the horizontal plane. All right? So, same progression. We're going to do straight leg, bent leg, and then lifting the heel of the foot. Same type of level, not really a level shift, but technique with the legs. All right, so let's start with the feet flat, knees straight, but not locked. So remember the 8 in reverse started with the toe, and you made a big circle all the way around to the heel, right? A giant circle going behind you. So if you're bringing your 8 forward, you're just going to do it the other way, right? So take a hip of your choice, take it back, rotate it back, push it back over your heel. Now draw a circle all the way around. When you come to the front toe, you're done. Now the back hip is already back there. Take it back, rotate it around to the front, and here we go. Now this one, if you've not done it before, feels a little more awkward. The first one is definitely more natural. Now this is all abs. You can feel it, right? Because remember, this is the muscle you're using here. The muscle that you use to twist is the one that we're using. So twist that hip all the way back, circle it front over the toe, and then from the heel to the toe. So you have to feel like your hips are coming in this way, in to the front, right? They're coming into the center of your stomach, going forward. Straighten the legs. Now when that hip comes forward, don't let your shoulder come forward, right? You're going to twist a little bit here because we're connected. But we make it not too much, right? See, I'm trying to hold that shoulder straight and level so that I don't do the figure 8 with my arms and my shoulders. So try to get a little bit of an isolation there. Rotate forward, forward, forward. All stomach now, all stomach. This one feels actually really good, but it uses quite a bit of ab strength, so it's going to develop those interior obliques. It's very, very good for your stomach because that's all you can move with. Your legs are just pins, right? They're just standing there. So to get the hips to move, it has to be abdominal. All right, let's try. Bend the knee. Same variation as before. Keep your heel down. Keep your foot flat. Heel down, foot flat. And when you bend the leg, you're going to do the same thing. Bring the hip around to the front. But because we've added a bend, we have a little angle to the hips. And again, it gets easier, right? This one is easier. Now, you also might feel it in the erector spinae, or the low sacrum here in the back, because when you're using those muscles and twisting inward, it pulls back here too. So you might feel it in your back. That's okay. It's just getting its work. Forward, forward. You can see my hip is angling a little bit. Yeah? A little bit of an angle. Good. All right, so you know the third variation? So up we go. Take the hip, push up with the leg. The heel comes up. Rotate your hip forward. And your foot on this one now, your hip will turn sideways, and notice your foot will be sideways, and you're going to see the side of your hip, and then push across to the other side, lift, come forward, drop it down, lift, forward and down, lift, forward and down. So you pop up, push with the ball of the foot right here, push, push, up goes the hip, rotate forward, and as you come forward, your foot turns, your knee turns. As you cross over, the knee comes next to the straight leg. So you'll know you've got it. See how my knees, they almost cross. Just depends on how you're made, but my knees very often will touch or will cross over each other. And notice we're coming up and over, up and over, up and over, up. Now really pay attention to the hip coming forward, but the same shoulder stays level, straight. So you have to pull with your shoulder blades. Your shoulder wants to come in, so as the hip works its way forward, you're going to use your shoulder blade behind you and pull your arm back. Pull back. Pull back with the shoulder. Up and forward, up and forward, up and forward, up and forward. Tighten the stomach. The stomach is working, but not as hard as the first one, right? Your legs, it's mostly this, right? You're twisting with your leg. Your hip is following, your stomach is following. It's definitely working, but it's not working as hard as the horizontal one that we did. That was all stomach. So as you get more into the legs, the stomach releases a little bit, doesn't use quite as much muscle in the stomach. All right, so let's go back to where we were. Bend, take the hip to the back, lift, use the ball of the foot to push, and the heel comes up, twist forward, knee is sideways, foot is sideways, cross over, cross your weight to the other side, lift, come forward, cross to the other side, lift, over, cross, lift, over, cross. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 2, 1 and 2. Circle forward, circle forward, circle forward. So you will see your feet doing this, all right? They're gonna twist, and the ball of the foot will actually spin in the ground, spin right into the ground. Okay? All right, so let's go through that with music and see how we do. All right, here we go. Forward, horizontal, straight leg. So we're going to take it half time. It's nice and easy. Rotate forward, feet flat, legs straight, toes straight ahead. Lift your toes, face them forward, this is all stomach. Really twist, twist. Bend your knee. Now we add an angle. Hold your shoulders to the front. Bend your knee, keep your feet down, keep your heels down. Flat foot on the floor. Pick up your heel and twist, 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 twist. Forward, forward, you're pivoting on the ball of your foot. Heel is up, shoulders face front. Sometimes you can hold yourself here, that helps, or here. Now just try moving a little bit. See if you can move. Take a little baby step. And back. Good. Forward. All right, feet flat. Second variation. Third variation. Legs straight. Horizontal. Flat foot, heel down, all stomach.
little combinations. If you don't have any questions, I'm just checking. I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions here. Okay. All right. So let's just do a couple of little combinations. So basically tonight we have two types of 8's. They're all horizontal. One goes forward, one goes back, and we have 3 variations of each. The first variation is a straight leg. The second one is a demi-plie. The third one is using the ball of the foot to elevate the hip, right? And we're either going to go back or we're going to go forward, okay? All right, so we're just keeping it kind of simple, but it's nice to sort of get that organizational chart in your head. Like, all right, forward 8's, 3 ways to do it. Backward 8's, 3 ways to do it. The look changes, the style changes with how you move your legs. All right, so what I was going to do is a forward, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, forward 8 with a lift, and then popping, let's see, forward 8 with a lift, and then, oh yeah, and then we added 2 basics in front, on the end of it. So, let's see. Let's see what all that means. What does all that mean? What did I write? Forward 8 with a lift, pop, hip, 2. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, pop, and step, basic, step, basic. So I try to do combinations that are short, easy to remember, so you can chunk them. You can use them as a little thing, right, and just plug them in. So this one just looks cute. It's playful and fun. So we're going to do the forward figure 8 with the third variation, lifting the heel using the ball of the foot. We'll come forward 3 times. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then instead of going number 4, just pop that hip back up again. So forward, 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 pop. Forward, 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 pop. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. Now when you lift, try to make it percussive. And the way you can do that is by taking the whole glute, all 3, well there's many of them, medius, minimus, maximus, all the glutes in there, squeeze them all together and make it a really tight squeeze. Rather than pushing so much with your foot, do more of a squeeze in your butt on the one side, and it gives it a nice percussive element, right? Makes it jump. All right, so let's try that part. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. Now let's try it traveling, because it only takes 3 steps. Get over here. So we're going to head inward. Either side is fine, whichever side you want to start with. So I'm going to the inside of my screen. So my inside leg will be stepping 1, and my hip will be coming around and forward on the outside hip. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, pop. And we go the other way. 1, 2, 3, pop. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. So come around, forward, 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 and then tighten. So you can see it's a little bit of a diagonal back. Forward, 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 tight. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. Bend those knees, twist your feet. And 1, 2, 3, lift. All right, and then just on the end of it, because that's a 4 count, the hip that you have lifted, step on it. 5, basic Egyptian. 6, step 7, basic Egyptian. 8. All right, so we're just putting 2 basic Egyptian hip lifts on the end of it. All right, so it becomes its own little package. All right, so here we go. Pick a side, however you want to go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And figure 8 with a lift. Basic front, figure 8. Add your lift. Basic front. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and pop. 5, 6, 7. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and pop. 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy, right? Not too bad. I think it's pretty simple. But I like the look of it. It's, like I said, it's happy, it's light. It's not a heavy move. It's a very light, happy little lightweight move. All right, second one I want to show you is, let's see, oh yeah, figure 8 back, the second variation. So we're going to go figure 8 to the back with the bent knee, 1, 2, 3, 4, and add 4 hip pops on the opposite side, and we'll travel. So we'll be here, and we'll use our inside hip, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 6, 7, 8. It's kind of a cute one as well. So when you're doing little pops of the hips, they're always playful, they're nice little accents. So make sure you have a nice little 4/4 music to go with it. And all you're going to do is step on the ball of your foot, squeeze that one glute, boom, and you have a pop. And we're doing 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So bend your knees, figure 8 to the back with a bent knee. So it's of the variations, it's the second one, the middle one. It's not straight, it's not lifted, it's just bent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now lift the hip, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. A hip pops 4 times. In, out, inside, outside, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Inside, outside, out and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, do you remember the first combo? Going back. 1, 2, 3, lift, 5, 6, 7, 8, cross in, 2, 3, lift, front, lift. Now what was the second combo? 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 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 pop. So yes, we're going to put them together. All right, so we'll do our forward, and it's nice because they're different directions of 8. So it's going to be forward and over the third variation. 4 of those, or 3 of those, 1, 2, 3, lift, and then basic front, and then the back 8 with the knee bent, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pop our hip 4 times. The direction you go doesn't matter. Whatever hip you end up on is fine, okay? So, rolling the hip forward, up and big, over, 1, 2, 3, lift, basic front, 6, 7, 8, and back, 2, 3, 4, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so the first one starts with a big 8 coming forward. The second one starts with the middle variation of the back 8, right? So there's 2 variations, and we're just adding little lifts and pops on the end, okay? When you do your forward 8, try to travel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay in place, back, 2, 3, 4, and pop, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let's go together. Try it a couple times. I will put on the music and see how we do. I'm trying to find a little better tempo. There we go. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, lift, basic front, back, 2, 3, 4, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, lift, 5, 6, 7, 8, and forward, 2, 3, 4, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was thinking ahead and I started mixing the first one with the second one, so that's okay, we all do it, right? Let me see if I have questions. Nope, we're good. All right, let's try again. Forward with the 2 lifts and then back with the 4 pops. Here we go. 6, lift, 2, 2, forward, 2, 3, up, oops, back, 1, 2, 3, 4, pump, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was going into a different 8. Once you get all your 8s squared away, they're just going to interchange and work together, and you won't even know what's going to come out. It just happens, and that's when it gets fun, right? So first you memorize a little bit, then you just go for it. All right, here we go. Again, starting with the over in the front. 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, lift, front, lift, back, 2, 3, 4, top, 6, 7, 8, and forward, 2, 3, lift, front, and back, 2, 3, 4, and top, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm thinking of a third one. Let me see what I want to do. Add another one. Yeah, let's add another one. Let's add another one. Why not? All right, hopefully that made a little bit of sense. Sort of, kind of. Just enough to give you some ideas. All right, so we just finished. So now we're going to do, oh yeah, so when you do these, you can add, like I'm adding basic Egyptians, I'm adding hip pops, right? They look really nice. You can also just do the step, but vary your speed, right? And on this one, we're going to vary the speed, and we're going to do a little accent. So we're going to take that, we're going to go back to the third variation of the forward hip figure 8. So it's this one here. Up and over, using the ball of the foot, twisting the heel, twisting the leg, knee touches, right? So we're going to do quick ones. Let's see, 4 quick ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then slow, quick, 2, 3, 4, slow, all right? And I'm going to add an accent on the slow. When you're doing that slow, take your time, round and in, around and in. Now, just as you're coming on the in, drop it quickly. So how do you do that? You squeeze the other side, right? So this is my right. If I take my hip around here and it's ready to come down, I'm going to squeeze my left, and that will drop me down. That will give me a nice little accent. So around with the left, squeeze the right. Around with the right, squeeze the left. Around, squeeze opposite. Around, squeeze opposite. So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? When you're squeezing on an accent, make sure you pull in your stomach. Right? You get a nice little hollowed out accent. If you keep those abs pelvic, tuck a bit, turn your tailbone down, tuck your pelvis under just the littlest bit, you get a much better result and you're able to isolate a lot more. All right, so let's give it a try. So 4 quick ones, 2 slows with a hip accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, squeeze, 6, squeeze. Yes, okay. So it just has to be small, but remember, whatever hip is coming up, whatever hip this is, the other hip booty, the glute muscle, boom, you can see it. I'll show you from the back. Comes up, boom, and it squeezes right here, comes up and around, and then this one is going to squeeze to bring it down. All right, so whenever you tighten one side, it levels things out. So if your hip is up and you squeeze, it pulls your hip down, right? And the stronger you get, the more you do a percussive squeeze, like a sudden one, not just a but a really full charge one, you get that nice little percussive accent. All right, so 4 quick ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more, and 2, and 3, and 4, slow squeeze, right? And you'll feel it. When you get a good squeeze, you'll feel it all the way through your pelvis. All right, so let's try that. So we have forward with the lift. We're going to do all 3 combos. 1, 2, 3, and lift, and then 2 basics on the front of that. And then figure 8 going back, 3, 4, and hip pop, 6, 7, 8. And then quick, 2, 3, 4, and slow pop, right? Slow drop, I should say. All right, so we start with the large forward 8, then we do the back, figure 8, and then we do the front, figure 8 again. All right, so it's kind of balanced. All right, so we come in, 1, 2, 3, lift the hip, basic front, go back, 2, 3, 4, pop the hip side 4 times, then quick, 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 slow, accent, slow, accent. All right, one more time, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, lift, 6, 7, 8, back, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 5, 6, 7, 8, quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, slow, drop, slow, drop. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. Let me see. I'm going to go back just a bit. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, lift, basic front, figure 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop 5, 6, 7, 8, and fast, 2, 3, 4, slow, accent, how do you do? Let's go again. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop. 5, 6, 7. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow. Accent. Slow. Accent. All right. Good? Yes. Hopefully it's good. All right. Let's see where we are. So we have 3 really cool combos using forward 8s and back 8s. Kind of fun. I think I might have had one more. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay. 4 quick. What am I writing? You ever do that? You make your notes, you sound so brilliant, and then you're going, what the heck did I write? 4 quick forward diagonal 8s, and then, oh yeah, all right. Over and back. All right, this is another variation that's kind of fun. So, when we do our figure 8s, going to the back, the 3rd variation, we're lifting on the ball of the foot, lifting the heel and going back. When we do our forward figure 8s, going front, same variation. We lift lift on the ball of the foot, pressing the heel up, and the hip comes forward. Right? So we have the 3rd variation of both directions, forward and back. All right. So what we're going to do is take one side and do them alternating. So we're going to take one side forward and back, forward and back. Right, so just cut your 8 in half, do the 3rd variation, push up with the ball of your foot, lift your hip high, rotate forward, drop down the knee, get the knee down to the other knee, now push up, rotate and back, and put it back where it came from. Up and forward, up and back, up and forward, up and back, up and forward, up and back, up, forward. Other side, up, front, back, front, back, front. I think this looks really cool. Yeah? All right, so with this one, we're going to do 4, because this will be a 5, 6, 7, 8, this little part. So we're going to do quick diagonal figure 8s, and I think we're going, forward. Yeah, I think we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't that cool? It looks really neat, right? So take your hip, swing it forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then forward, back, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, half front and half back, half front and half back. All right? Now, the forward figure 8, I was doing it with my feet still. I think it probably looks better doing the larger, the third variation. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Yeah, it feels better. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Let's do it a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, up and front, up and back, and front, and back, and cross. 2, 3, 4, forward, back, forward, back. Yes? Okay, let's try it. Now, let's just do this. We're almost done. Let's just try this little one with a bit of music, and then you'll have 4 nice little combos to play with. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, front and back and front and back. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. I was gonna pop again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward, back, forward, back. All right. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Front and back and front and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and front and back and front and back. Good. Now, which hip you use doesn't matter. I tried both. So if you go alternate 1, 2, 3, 4, and then use the next hip, that's fine. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and use the same hip, that's fine. Either way. I think probably alternating hips makes more sense. All right, let's try it again. 5, 6, and. Front, back, front, back. Two more. Over. Last one. Over, over. Woo! Fun. All right, one other thing. It's not a new combo. It's just, I did 2 on one side. Over front, over back, over front, over back. You can alternate. Front, back, front, back. You can do them one on each side and it changes the look again. So try that for a second. Over front, over back. Over front, over back. Over front, over back. Over front, over back. Now on this one you've got to be super careful because you're really coming in with that hip. You can't bring your shoulder, all right? Keep yourself facing front, over front, and back, other side, front, and back, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Yeah. So that's over and back, right? Front and back, alternating 1 each side. Or you can do 2 on one side. Either way, it's a fun little step. It feels really good. And it actually really helps because that's how you're doing your figure 8, right? Your legs are crossing in. So you're just doing, all right, I'll do the front of this one and I'll do the back of this one. It's a half and half, right? Okay, questions? I don't see any, but all right, we're good? Yep, okay. So, any questions, any issues, make sure you let me know. I'm here every Wednesday. With any luck, I'll be back next week. You know what? Next week is Thanksgiving, so no, I won't. It's Thanksgiving Eve, so no, we will not be back next week. We'll be skipping, but we'll be back the following after Thanksgiving, right? And then we're deep into the holidays, but it's okay. We're still going to dance. So thank you. Look for these. They're going to be posted on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Meleah Nelson, there's all kinds of instructional. Almost every class that I've taught is up there, so we've got over 100, which is really kind of fun. And I hope to see you really soon. Thanks again to Frank Lazaro and Middle-Earth. And I I think I told you before, maybe not, I have my Thursday morning class on Zoom at 9 a.m. That's a pretty regular class now. It just goes every morning, every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. So if you'd like to join me on Zoom, please let me know and I can get you the link for that class. And that one is just, it's more of a semi-private because I can see you, right? That one's just $10. And then this one as well, this is a free class. If you would like to donate $10, that would be awesome as well. And you can do that on my Venmo or PayPal. Okay, I think that's all my commercials. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here. And I will see you in 2 weeks, all right? So the night before Thanksgiving, we're taking off, but then we'll be back. All right, so long, everyone.